and my partner was just sitting at home, obviously doing the right thing, staying home. And I sort of saw all these lights flashing outside the window. It was like 12 o'clock at night, just a bit after. And we were both a bit freaked out, like what's going on? Like we thought we might have been getting robbed or something like that. And then I come outside to find 5 police officers fully armed, shoulder to shoulder, walking down the driveway with their hands on the gun and the torches in our faces and everything. Like I don't know, we just couldn't believe what was happening.
How you going, mate? The police from Castle Hill.
Yeah, mate.
What's your name?
Troy.
How you going, Troy?
Good. What's happening?
Oh, mate, just let you know that we're wearing body-worn camera, just recording the conversation.
Yeah,
it's in relation to a post that you made on Facebook today.
Within 15 minutes, I was in the back of a paddy wagon flying down the street. It was like a 40-minute drive to the police station. And they put me in a cell for 3 hours while I was, I had an interview and, I got searched and photographed and fingerprinted and everything.
A 33-year-old tradie in Western Sydney is facing up to 3 years in jail for a stupid Facebook post he made in reaction to the New South Wales Premier shutting down his industry. This case falls outside the scope of the Fight the Fines initiative, so we won't be crowdfunding his defense, but it clearly is a story that I think you need to hear. As usual, watch the whole story and share it to warn others. And if something happened to you, please submit it to fightthefines.com.au, and if we can help by crowdfunding you a lawyer, we will. Otherwise, we'll tell your story just like this. Let me start by making it crystal clear that I think the post was extremely silly, and in no way am I defending what he wrote. But let's put it into perspective. As someone who's had numerous explicit threats to kill directed at me with no action followed up by police, I'd say when you put it into perspective, one, he didn't threaten Gladys, nor did he incite anyone else to. He just made a very dumb prediction.
Looking back at it now, probably wasn't the best choice of words, and I've never been the greatest with English and choice of words, but at the time I was pretty frustrated, and yeah.
So you don't actually want to see Gladys getting shot?
No, definitely not, mate. Not at all. Nothing like that would have ever entered my mind. Like it's just sort of like saying that somebody is liable to do something like that if out of frustration if things keep going the way they're going. I would never do something like that to anybody.
Do you have a violent criminal history?
No, not at all. I've never been in a fight with anyone in my life. It was a major overreaction as far as I'm concerned. I can't believe the extent that the police went to over such a simple comment on Facebook.
Are you sorry that you wrote it?
Yeah, definitely. Very sorry. At the time, I didn't think of anything really of it. I didn't think that much of it. It was just sort of, yeah. I'm still in a bit of shock myself on how far it went.
It is quite a serious offence you're facing. 3 years in jail.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Couldn't even start to imagine that.
We'll keep up to date with how it progresses. It obviously doesn't fall in the scope of our Fight the Fines cases, but it is certainly what would seem from where I'm sitting, a vast overreaction.
Yeah, that's how I thought.
A really silly comment that we can all agree was a very silly comment. But
look, I take full responsibility for what I said. It's people say silly things when they're upset and out of frustration. They say things without thinking. It's pretty common practice for people when they're under pressure.
Love to hear from you what you think about this story. Let me know in the comments below. As I said, we are not crowdfunding his defense because it doesn't really fit the Fight the Fines scope. To be honest, we can't really afford even to fight all the COVID fines and charges that are being submitted so far. So we're going to prioritize and stick to funding as many of the others as possible. If you want to submit your story or help us fund defences against COVID restrictions and fines, please head over to fightthefines.com.au right now.